Okay, hopefully I can be heard now. Okay, let's see. Is that fish? Oh yeah, definitely fish. Yuck. Hello? Can you hear me now? Like, if you can't hear me now, I'll literally cry. Okay, not cry, but, you know. Say something funny? I have no idea. Oh, beautiful. Sweet, fixed it then. I don't know, it's like a headset slash mic.
Let's see what you find,
and
newcomer.
The connection was a bit loose in the pack where you have the control for the mic and the...
There was a fierce fight here,
like
but someone tried to flee.
But now that's fixed. Thank you so much.
Hello? Hey, can you hear me?
Oh, my head.
Hopefully it's not too loud.
Who are you? Are you police? I already told them everything.
It's okay. I'm Charles Reed, Private Eye. Mr. Throgmorton hired me to find his son.
Oh, okay. What do you want?
No.
Well,
I have my accent goes
Every
in and
detail.
out, but no, I don't have an Australian accent.
Remember
But
much.
sometimes certain words that I
Paul,
say,
and Lewis.
I do have the
we were
accent.
here. This is our house.
It's
Barry
usually
was outside
O's
on his business.
and-
Then he came back carrying Throgmorton's son.
like I had
He was
really had to think about it
unconscious.
then, like the word like,
Barely breathing.
like,
Barry left again to
Coke.
call Mr. Robert.
I say the
Then
O.
what?
We put the guy in
There's a
Lewis's
couple
room.
other words.
Then he started to make these horrible sounds and okay.
But my
head
accent
began
does
to
go in and out,
burst,
in and out.
And he woke up.
It depends.
And after that, I don't remember a thing. Just dreams. Drowned streets, a sleeping giant, a voice that
When are you
called me.
streaming next? If I'm not working, I'll
That
jump
sounds
on.
familiar. Tell me about yourself.
Name's Will Hammond. I'm a fisherman. We all are. Live here together. Me, poor fella Paul, Barry, and Innsmouther Lewis Flynn. We moved here after the flood. I worked on the railroad, but the rail ain't kicking anymore, so I started fishing. It was at or starve.
Well, the
I
other
think
guys.
everyone's seen too many
That's
crocodile
Paul there on the
movies,
floor.
so
Kay be with
yeah,
him.
no,
Barry's
I'm
outside
actually
with
not
Mr.
Australian.
Throgmorton.
I just
Like
have
he
lived
rascal
in
missed
Australia
And I have no idea what Lewis or Throgmorton's son got to.
11, 12
Hard to
years.
suspect
So,
the worst.
yeah, I have the
Do you
accent.
know how Paul died?
Every once in a
I
while, I used to have a
don't
really
know.
strong
When I
one
pulled myself together, he was already
back in 2014.
gone.
But I went to visit
Have mercy
family
on his soul.
for about
Who is
9
this
months,
Kay you
and
keep
then
mentioning?
I
Outside
got
to show
my
some
normal
respect.
accent back.
Kay is our
But
Lord,
obviously,
our light, our love.
Living
Sorry.
here and working here and having my life here. No, I'm not in a
I'll
game
leave
chat.
you to it.
I'm just
Take care of
streaming.
yourself, Will.
Please, detective, sir, tell me the truth. Could it be me?
Like, you can set
I
your
kill
settings
Paul?
on the PlayStation to
Did I kill him?
I don't know
Like,
yet, Will. The police will stop
have your
anyone
mic
coming
and
in or
stuff
out of here, so
go
I
over
suggest you
your
just try and get some rest.
like, with your
I'm
game.
afraid of what I might
I'm really
dream.
hard at explaining things like this. Ooh, dead bodies. Love that. What happened to its face?
I can barely recognize the face of the poor fella. He was beaten to a pulp.
Okay. Apparently, trippets. Yeah, do you, when you, I don't know, like, because any of the videos I've seen, I don't think I've ever heard you. Have you, spoken while you streamed, or have you just not have it set up? Oh, here we go.
5 cards short of a full house. Never seen knives like this before. Masterful work. Seems like Prohibition hasn't affected Oakmont too much.
Nice, nice. No, usually I do the quiet thing, but when I was streaming Man of Medan, it was pretty hard.
So that's what an Innsmouther looks like.
Like, to keep up with everyone that was popping on. Apparently that was a really popular game. And, hold on, let's press that. I don't know what I just did. Oh, this must be like, kind of like how Sherlock, you have that thing that he does, his deductioning and stuff. But before I go on, I'll just talk about it. Yeah, when I was streaming Man of Medan, I was getting quite a few people watching and popping in and talking, and it was a lot harder for me to keep up typing in chat than when it's just like you or one other person in the chat. And Shadowcat, obviously, because she does a lot of gaming, has had the game, like the headset, so I finally started using it. Actually, we're both from the States. So I came over. I moved over here in 2008. Yeah, 2008. And then she came over in 2017, roughly, around there. Maybe? Yeah, 2017, I think. It was recently. Like I said, I've been here for ages. Mind's eye, that's what I want. Okay. Hold ecstasy. Yeah, I love, I'll have to be on this side. The country is beautiful. It's amazing. Whoa. The country is beautiful. It's amazing, and it honestly, it's where I live, and I wouldn't really change it, to be honest. Now she's actually gaming, she's playing Greedfall. I was trying to think of the name. It was one of the games that she got for Christmas. Oh, what the hell? It was one of the games she got for Christmas. So that was what was next on her list. She's already beat it a couple times, so she's just trying to get the platinum for it now. Oh my lord. She's in the other room entirely. And if I did that, she'd be like, no. No, she's a very, very, very private person. So, any sort of gaming or anything like that that's gonna go, if it does happen, would be extremely just gameplay. as you put it, silent assassin. You definitely need to get your niece to do the thing, the wrap up. 100%.
I can barely recognize the face of the poor fella. He was beaten to a pulp.
She probably has like 7,000 hours on bloody Fortnite. How do I... Which is why you have so many hours. Okay, I don't know.
Choo-choo.
What the fuck? What is that thing? Sorry, I got a bit distracted by the massive, ugly-looking tentacle coming out of nowhere. Is that a spider? Sorry, I don't like things like that. Typical girl. I came for school. And I then just decided I liked it and wanted to stay, and then went on and did my like permanent residency thing. Yeah, I was doing nursing, yes. It's been a while though. I deferred school, but that's not what I originally came in for. I was just like
I'm surprised they don't have someone's
legitimately
portrait here.
straight out of high school, pretty much. And
Take this, ape face.
and I then went into the nursing thing because I wanted to originally go into medicine, but it was one of those things that Mom was pushing me to do, so I did it, but it wasn't something that I liked helping people, but it wasn't like a passion, you know, if that makes any sense. California, Southern California. I'm actually mixed. It's funny because Shadowcat has actually asked if
What's
if
happening?
I've actually spoken to you about anything having to do with being a native, because my mum is Mexican and Native American, my dad's Caucasian, so I'm mixed. But yeah, and I'm like, no, we don't really talk about that sort of stuff. I haven't really asked him. Like, it's just, you know, games and, you know, when you talk to me about like your school and stuff.
Yeah, run!
Okay, let's see what we have here.
And like that part of the, like my family, we don't know much about anyway. We're slowly learning. Yes, my grandfather. So what I've done with the ancestry, I love ancestry. Like genealogy is what I meant by ancestry. I have actually.
Yeah, run!
I have actually traced the family back.
Take this, ape face.
Like tons and tons and tons of lines, really. And no, I haven't taken the test yet. This is actually like I've found marriage certificates, baptism certificates,
happening?
burial certificates, all that sort of stuff. And then
What's happening?
he is actually from both sides.
Take
He has
this,
different
ape-face.
tribes mixed into him, if that's the best way to describe it. I don't know how else to put it. So
Yeah, run!
he has
When Albert Throgmorton woke up, he was
Tongva,
not himself.
which is also
He
known
attacked the
as
fishermen, and his hysteria
San
spread to them.
Gabrielino.
When he got wounded, he fled.
He has Paiute. Paiute, Tongva. There's one other one. Yaki. And then there's apparently one more, but I don't think it's not like any of the big tribes. Like the tribes that my family comes from are all really tiny. Well, besides, like, I have cousins that are Saboban natives, but so I guess that's the biggest tribe that my family would come from. Yeah. And then he also has obviously Hispanic blood in him, so Mexican, some Spanish, mulatto. I know that's a bad term, but that's literally what she was classified as, so I don't know what she was a mix of, but obviously I know she had African descent in her, really. Oh, well, I just fell off the building. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. And then on my grandma's side, her family comes from Mexico. And there's native blood, a little bit of native blood in her as well, but it's not
gave
as
you clear instructions, did I not?
but it's not as strong as what my grandfather's side is. Actually, my dad's genes are very strong. I look pretty Caucasian. It's weird because there's 4 of us, and me and one of my sisters look pretty Caucasian, and then the other 2 siblings, one of my other sisters and my brother, look very Hispanic, so it's kind of funny. But if, like Shadow, she said that before she knew what my ethnicity was, she knew that I was some sort of like Latin or something, and she knew that I was mixed because I didn't have. So, yeah, like I do have, you can tell I do have genes that are like, from my Latin heritage, and like I have really, well now it's dark brown, but I used to have like auburny hair, and it's really long, thick, and curly. It has like that wavy sort of, I guess, texture that you would find in someone that was more Hispanic or of an ethnic background. And then
The book is damp and damaged,
I'm pretty pale. Well,
clearly well
I have a
cared
tan
for.
because living in Australia, but for the most part I'm pretty pale. I have blue eyes, so got that from, but then again my mom has green eyes, or hazel eyes, my dad has green eyes, so that's why I have light colored eyes, because they both have light colored eyes. Other than that, the only really
This dog mat looks better than the owner's bed.
like Hispanic-y sort of ethnic feature I guess I have, and everyone comments on, I have the very like almond shaped eyes. Like, I don't know how to describe it, like they're very, like, they're not wide and open like most people's eyes. They're very almond shaped. I don't know how to describe it. don't really talk about this very much because, you know, people here, like, they know that I'm mixed, but usually they're surprised when they know because when they find out, sorry, not when they know.
It would take tremendous effort to move this thing,
Because,
let alone tossing it over like this.
A lot of times obviously I don't look to people that aren't around Hispanic people or people of Native heritage. I guess I would look very, very just normal here, like Caucasian, or Eastern European, you know, European, UK, like I that's the way I would look to them. So when I'd say like, oh no, like when I've been asked, I'm like, oh no, I'm actually mixed. And they're like, wait, what? And I was like, yeah, mom's this, and this, and dad's this, and they find it very interesting. Whereas, like, if I was in the States, at least, well, maybe not in California, but Shadow Cat said that if I went to where she's from, they definitely, like, would know that I was this particular thing, like I was mixed and or some sort of Hispanic, like, yeah. I find it interesting, but I like stuff like this, so I mean, the Midwest, like, if was that where she's from? Is that what you mean? Sorry, I'm just trying to figure this out at the same time because it's my first time playing. Got that. Omen's Mind's Eye. Oh yeah, she's well, not really Midwest. She's from Texas, so Southern. I don't know. They consider it Texas Southern, obviously, but I don't know. To me, when I think South, I do think of Texas, but I think of like Louisiana, Georgia, Arkansas, Mississippi, you know, South Carolina, Kentucky, Tennessee, you know, those places. Then again, like, Florida's considered South, and I'm like, I don't see it as South. Like, to me, that's not South. But I guess it's because I consider a lot of places that have Southern accents to be South, and to me, I'm not finding it too hard. I'm just trying to figure out how to do the mind's eye thing again, because, you know, I completely forgot, and it's flashing Mind Palace, not Mind Place. Total distraction, and I read that wrong. Did I talk to him?
I gave you clear instructions, did I not?
Okay, let's see. No, it's one of those things that I find very interesting. Family to heritage. Okay, well, there we go, Southwest. I find family heritage, family tree, all that sort of thing. I find it very, very, very interesting. And, like, I can spend hours getting lost on Ancestry. And that's something that she doesn't find very interesting. Whereas I find it severely interesting. Like, I can be on there for hours. A few years ago, I was really sick and I had a lot of surgeries. In the span of, like, I think it was like 2 or 3 years, I had tons of surgeries. I would literally spend all night just doing genealogy stuff.
The port is closed by order of Robert Throckmorton. Back off.
Like, I'd like to know, learn more of my... It's not where I need to go. I would love to learn more about my background, my heritage, and where I come from. But being here, it's very hard. And I don't know, like, I found a lot of information about, like where my ancestors that I come from stem from, and like I found some interesting stuff, like my family comes from on my grandfather's side. Like, majority of the interesting stuff is on my grandfather's side because it's based. It's really hard to find information from Mexico. Well, at least for me, anyways. They don't keep record very well. Do I miss living in the States? That's kind of hard. No. Well, see, where my mom lives now in California, it snows. Where she used to live, like where we used to live, it didn't snow. So I can't really miss it. So there's that. It's really hot. It was really hot where I lived. And here it can get pretty hot. I mean, I don't miss it as in the country per se, if that makes sense. But I do have times where I miss, like, my family, my nephews, my niece, mom, relatives. And it's really hard, like, if someone passes away, then you kind of have to deal with that over, like, Facebook, Skype, that sort of thing. That can be really hard. Or a few years ago when I was going through the medical things, like, it was hard, like, mom being back home, and when I was just being like a big old baby and all I wanted was mom. Is Australia sizzling hot? Yes and no. So it is hot, like, at least in my state. I live in Queensland, and it can get very, very warm. Northern Queensland, though, dear God, even in this winter, it can get into the hundreds. I'm talking Fahrenheit, by the way, not Celsius. So it'll get to, like, I want to say 40 degrees Celsius, which is roughly, don't quote me because I suck at conversion, I think it's about 105, 108 Fahrenheit. Oh yeah, where we live is ducted, so that's pretty fine. No, we have ducted. The previous place we were at it had a window unit, and it was 2 stories, and it had 1 window unit, and that was horrible. Yeah. Yes and no, like, I like going outside, like, I don't mind it, neither does Shadow Cat. Like, we go to the beach and stuff, we'll go hiking. Where we live, like, you saw photos, like, it's really, really pretty. I should do a video one day and just kind of be like, hey, this is where we live. Oh yeah, the nights are a lot cooler. Like, I don't know, does Arizona have, you're in Arizona, right? I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly. Do they have, earthquakes? So it's very similar to what we in California would call, okay, then you won't understand this. It's very similar to what we in California call earthquake weather. So it's really hot during the day, and then it's really cool during the night. And usually when you have nights like that, at least in California anyway, it's probably because we're on a fault. You have an earthquake, whereas here in Australia they don't get earthquakes because the plates are too far below the surface for them to feel it. Yeah, No, here we just have obviously the fires, because Australia is pretty dry in most places, and with the heat, we do have droughts quite a bit. I'm assuming they're coming from like Arizona or like a Midwest country, like state, not country, a Midwest country, state. I did it again. You'd know what that's like. Oh, that must be really pretty. I drove through Arizona in 2014, actually, when I was driving cross country from California to Maryland. Oh, that's cool. I wanted to stop there. Didn't do it though. But I wanted to stop. Because I wanted to stand right in the center and be like, look, I'm in 4 states at once. You know, the stereotypical Instagram post. Okay, that's not it. Is it really hot, like, in Arizona? And obviously you live where it snows, but when the parts I drove through were very, very flat plains. Like, they had these weird looking trees that kind of looked like pine trees, but they weren't pine trees. Kind of hard to describe them. And it was like red, just red dirt. Yeah, we have been friends for a very, very, like, before anything happened, like, we were friends for a very, very, very long time. Sheesh. I can't even imagine. I'm trying to figure out which one is the best option. Jesus. Was there a lot of damage? Or is everything all good? Oh my god, I can't even imagine. Not to mention, like, the mess it would have made. You know, like, oh. Was it like is it like a basement pipe, a downstairs pipe, or was just outside? Oh my word. Frozen. That's kind of sad. So all your family live pretty close? Like, your mom, you, your sister? Oh man. That's honestly crap. The main water line. Right. Oh, that's not bad. That's pretty cool. I mean, like, the whole family, you know, kind of together. I like that. It's pretty nice. And I guess it's also really good that if anything happens, obviously, like, with your mom having the pipe burst, you know, you were there to be able to fix it, and so was your niece's dad. Like, that's like my mom. My mom is very much big into, like, family being really close. So one of my sisters lives with her. And then my brother and me are the ones that live furthest away. My other sister lives like an hour away from her. And then my brother moved to Texas with his girlfriend and their kid, like the kids. And then obviously me being here. And then even our extended family is maybe a couple hours away, if that. Oh wow. Is she the one that collects pop figures?
So the fisherman pursued Albert, even let off a few shots.
Oh. Hopefully. it's hopefully storage is doing fine for them and nothing's happening. Like they're all in protector cases because she has some grails, doesn't she? From what I... I check multiple times a week too. I'm not gonna lie. I would definitely check multiple times a week if I had the collection that she has. Like, you have no idea the amount of money your sister's collection probably is valued at all. I think it's pretty cool though. I remember you saying that she had one of the Disney girls that I wanted, and I was like, it's just like, it go missing. And if your sister's an inbox collector, that would be a massive no-no. Like, the amount of damage that could cause. But she's young though, isn't she? Like, isn't she like 7?
Join in, newcomer. Praise the sea with us.
8? So she's one of those like little kids that are just completely, ooh, what's yours is mine and what's mine is mine. Oh, hey, Buzz. Oh my goodness. See, we... obviously, Shadow and I don't have kids, but we have cats. And we have this massive shelf. Like, I'll have to take a photo of it once I rearrange all the pops again. But it's like this massive, heavy shelf. And one time in the middle of the night, literally 2 a.m., all we hear upstairs is this loud, like, bang! And, like, we obviously freak out, run upstairs, and the cats had been fighting, and, knocked this massive, heavy shelf over, filled with, like, really, like, important pop. Well, I guess pops aren't really important, but, like, pricey pops. And, like, some of the boxes now are just completely, just utterly ruined. Like, they have absolutely, the cats have absolutely ruined the box because of that. Like, they're all dinged and dented up, and I'm like, oh my god. Like, there's this Deadpool. Yeah, I got Shadow Cat. She is a big fan of Deadpool, and, she had, I'm trying to figure out how to do this again. Oh, there we go. She has this, like, the chimichanga truck, not a taco truck, the chimichanga truck, and I got her all the special edition ones that came out, except for the red one. I haven't gotten the red one yet. I haven't been able to find it here in Australia, and they absolutely annihilated the box. And then she had a 6-inch Alduin that I got her, and absolutely destroyed the box. I'm gonna have to get a new box if possible. It's so annoying. like, love the cats, obviously, but oh my god, Native, I would have cried. But then again, like I said, she's young, so she's gonna get into stuff. It's the whole, ooh, this is shiny, I want to see it too. So far I'm really liking the game. It's just the instructions, if you want to call it that, is very vague. Like, if I know I need to do like the mind's eye thing here, but I can't figure out how to bloody get into it. Maybe that's it.
So the fisherman pursued Albert, even let off a few shots.
And so they're gonna talk to him.
I gave you
Yeah.
clear instructions, did I not?
Oh no, see, like, that makes me, like, I love kids, don't get me wrong, I have plenty of nephews and now a niece, but at the same time, I'm like, no, that's just too much, especially with, like, the stuff that I like to collect. Like I said, don't get me wrong, I think I love kids, absolutely adore them, but I would be pretty upset, I think, if something like that of mine got wrecked. Oh man, I guess it's kind of like when I was growing up with mom. Mom's makeup was fair game when I was like 6 and 7. Like, she used to buy expensive makeup, and the amount of lipsticks and eyeshadows and all that stuff that I definitely ruined. I'm surprised she didn't kill me. If you guys don't follow each other on Instagram, you should give each other a follow. They are, both of you guys post amazing content that I know that each of you would definitely enjoy. Although Native is the silent assassin type when it comes to streaming. Oh my goodness. I thought I got myself stuck on this shit. There we go. Yeah, definitely. I don't know if I want to be swimming in the water though. get many views on your unboxing of the Borderlands prize pack was. I'll share it when I finish streaming on Instagram and on Twitter. Bedtime? Do you have work in the morning? Oh yeah, it's school. Duh. Well, hopefully you don't get sick and enjoy teaching the kids with the mask on. That's the funniest visual I think I've ever had in my life, by the way. You teach history, don't you? Is it history or English? I don't remember. Yeah, that's right. I remember that because of our conversation about Assassin's Creed. So my French Revolution comment was very fitting then.
You look familiar, but old Billy hasn't seen you around.
Good night. See you
look familiar.
Tomorrow around.
Old Billy hasn't
and
seen
let me
you
know
around.
when you pop on the stream next. I'll be sure to pop in.
Stay alert. Monsters lurk underground. They're everywhere.
Come closer, troubled soul. Let me tell you what your future holds.
You're some kind of fortune teller?
Yes, my dear, yes. Oh, it's so clear. Your path holds many surprises, newcomer.
I'm curious.
Really? Like what?
Not so fast, newcomer. I see many things. For a small fee, I'll tell you some of them.
All right, how much? $1?
Your money has no value here, newcomer. After the flood, Oakmonters deal in the practical. Booze, smokes, and bullets. And I'll make it easier for you. I don't smoke.
Let's hear what my future holds.
Good. Let me focus. The sea will be generous in the coming days. Many gifts delivered, and many will
As
regret
if you paid a
partaking.
bullet.
I don't think I follow.
I see old and new. A hard heart against an iron will. Whoever wins, you win too. But you'll only see that from inside a metal cage. And tall pillars, circled by the dead. A race from one to the next, as time
Thanks, Native.
itself laughs.
I think I'd like my bullet back.
It is what it is. The truth will out soon. Me, I just caught an early glimpse.
Why do I feel like I got scammed?
Oh, a trophy. Nice.
Ugh, I'll miss the carpenter's food giveaway with this darn port closure.
Welcome to Under the Keel. What do you want?
Great, doesn't even give me an option.
What the? Get the... Oh.
This place is wrecked.
The door won't budge.
still trying to figure out the controls. I should have done this way beforehand, I think.
So the fisherman pursued Albert, even let off a few shots.
Let's see. How do I get into Mind's Eye again? Definitely not that way. Instead of stuffing around with the controls, I should have thought about that a long time ago. Oh, this is weird.
Even though Albert was wounded, he managed to climb that high. Robert wasn't exaggerating when he said he raised him strong.
Ah, finally, we can move on with the game. Instead of me running around in bloody circles, although it was good to have native in.
There's something in the pocket. The blood is fresh. Whomever it belongs to could not have got far.
What is that symbol? I keep seeing it everywhere. Basement we go. I like the mind's eye. It's kind of like Witcher senses, and then that thing from Sherlock. Holy moly. Well, he's dead. Oh, what the Oh my word. What the What was that? Okay. Well, let's try that again. What was that? Where'd it go? There it is. What? That's pretty gnarly.
One fatal round through the forehead. That's no accident. This was deliberate.
those things didn't come out again? What the actual... It's whatever came after me. What is that? Ew. Just gonna... Very much like Sherlock Holmes. That's a body shoot. Yep. Fish. What in the world? Is that a rat? Whatever it is, it's dead now.
Oh, yeah. Hey, got a spare bullet, fella? I ain't eaten in days. I've seen some unsettling creatures around. Like nothing I've ever encountered. What are they?
So you met a wild beast, newcomer. No one knows what they are, but consider yourself lucky to still be in one piece. They arrived in the flood. Some say they come from the sea. Others that they are Kay's punishment for us.
And what do you say?
If it bleeds, you can kill it. Keep your gun handy. And if you want to erase the memory, I sell a perfect cure right here. Remember, better to be a coward and live than brave and dead. Unless you're a newcomer.
I'm looking for a man by the name of Lewis Flynn. Any chance he's here?
Yeah. Even if I knew, I don't rat to newcomers.
As it happens, I know you owe a debt to Mr. Flynn. Trouble is, I found your note near the dead body of Albert Throgmorton. son of Robert. So, it seems Lewis is in trouble. Might have even come here to hide. But you hand him over and he won't be back to collect what you owe. Get me?
Throck. That would explain the blood. Fine. If it gets me out of this mess, you can have him.
So?
He's upstairs. Here's the key. You gotta promise to deal with him, once and for all. But save the shooting for outside, huh?
Smart man. There's your good deed for the day. Bye.
Hey, who are you? What are you doing?
Charles Reed, private investigator. Mr. Throgmorton hired me to find his son Albert, so I think you know why I'm here.
Throg. That darn bartender. It was all that crazy ape's fault. You hear me?
Calm down. I only want to speak, for now. But no, if you reach for your gun, you'll hit the floor faster than you can say poetic justice.
I got nothing to hide. We were in our house, me, Paul, and Will. Barry'd gone to the sea. Though I told him that it would only bring bad luck. If he'd listened to me, we'd all still be alive.
Come on, Lewis. Focus.
Right. Well, Barry dragged that damn ape to our house. He was bragging about how much Mr. Throgmorton would give us for saving his son. But that ape, he was out cold. Then woke in an instant and started screaming, attacking us. After that, can't remember a thing.
You shot to kill. No warning, no second chances. You pursued Albert even after he fled. Why?
I can't remember it. When he woke, it was like a bloody mist descended over me. First thing I recall after is that darn warehouse and me covered in blood. I had no idea what happened, though. I suspected it had something to do with that ape. Turns out, I was right.
What kind of... why do you... your face, it's,
Oh, so you're here to attack me just because I look different to you? Wanna spit on me, whisper to your friends? What's new?
No, I'm sorry. I didn't know how to ask. I've just never met someone like you before. I didn't mean any offense.
Innsmouther's bodies were blessed by the sea. You're gonna see a lot of us here, so you better get over it. We are proud of who we are.
I hear there's a bit of a feud between the Innsmouthers and the Throgmortons. Care to fill me in?
Those apes hated us from the moment we arrived in Oakmont. Our home was destroyed. We just needed a place to stay. The Blackwood Grand family sheltered us, but others were not as hospitable. We needed jobs, food, and medicine. The city denied it all.
And so?
We had to fight for every crumb of bread. And those Throgmortons in their high castle only made our life harder, always conspiring behind our backs, always setting people against us. I'd love to see them suffer like we suffered.
You mentioned a grand family. What do you mean?
So you're a newcomer, huh? Explains a lot.
Yeah, a newcomer with a gun. Answer the question.
Okay. People here are crazy about bloodlines and tradition and reputation. The head honchos of Oakmont are called the Grand Families. There's the Carpenters, who control most of the city's underworld, the Blackwoods, who share kin with Innsmouthers through the Marsh family.
And let me guess, the Throgmortons.
Right. Those filthy apes. Now that most of the Blackwoods are gone, there's nobody left to protect us Innsmouthers.
The things you did to Albert don't look like a bloody rage. A fatal shot to the head, a hidden body. one might start to wonder if it was deliberate.
I don't know what to say. I wasn't myself.
I think I've got all I need.
Please, Mr. Reed, don't tell Throgmorton about me. I know I'm in no position to ask. I didn't want to do whatever it is I did. Honest, have mercy, please. I have a family. Without me, they'll starve.
This is not exactly cut and dry. I need some time to think.
Perhaps I can offer something to grease your grinds. I still have a few bullets on me.
You think you're the first person to offer me a bribe?
Please, Mr. Reed.
Don't try my patience further, Mr. Flynn.
Hey, welcome. Definitely like Sherlock. I don't know. I wish I had more viewers, so I'd be like, what do you want me to pick? Because I don't know what to pick. Native would have been good at this. See, I don't know if he was aware, because the shot was very, very deliberate, straight in the middle of his head. Or if he was mentally affected and couldn't control himself, which is definitely a possibility. Hopefully that was the right choice.
Please, I told you the truth, I swear.
Is there anything else? Nothing else here. Okay.
Mr. Throgmorton, I've encountered something.
What? I don't have all day.
Some unusual creatures, and they sure weren't friendly.
You've seen a wild beast, Mr. Reed. I'm somewhat surprised to see you still alive. Those unsettling things appeared after the flood. I've commissioned a few studies on them, but we know little more than when we started. They're aggressive, but Fortunately, not immune to gunfire.
Yeah, I learned that firsthand.
Try to avoid them when possible. And when you can't, keep your weapons handy.
Mr. Throgmorton, I'm afraid I have bad news.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I found your son in the basement of a nearby warehouse. I'm sorry, but he was murdered. Shot in the head and the body hidden.
No. It cannot be true. No, no, no. I don't believe it. No.
I've tracked down your son's murderer.
Where? Who is he?
I tracked the murderer down, but he was attacked by those things prowling the back alleys. They tore him apart. It was that Innsmouther fisherman, Lewis. He was covered in your son's blood. That may have attracted the beasts.
Are you certain the body is his?
Beyond any doubt. All that's left of him is a heap of flesh and this scrap of cloth. It's from his jacket. Just ask his friends.
Alas, this was my revenge to exact, not some wild beast's. Something must be done about those pests. Still, justice has been served. This isn't closure, but at least I know now the story. Thank you.
Mr. Throgmorton, I hate to press you, but do you think you could help me now?
Yes, you've earned it. Okay, to think a newcomer barely off the boat solves a crime the police couldn't, but I digress. Remind me, what brought you to Oakmont?
I think I'm going mad, Mr. Throgmorton. I see things, visions, and I needed to stop. I was drawn here, or guided, or I don't know. But I believe the source of this madness is here, in Oakmont.
You're not wrong, Mr. Reed. An inexplicable hysteria spread through Oakmont after the flood. I funded an expedition to explore recent geological activity that may be responsible.
Do these cases of hysteria involve shared visions as well?
Since the flood, many Oakmonters have had similar nightmares. Indeed, Professor Doe, the expedition leader, complained of them herself.
Waterlogged ruins with unnatural architecture, a sleeping giant, drowned streets, and a voice calling from the depths.
Her words exactly. She proposed the expedition, desperately wanting to find the cause.
Welcome back to the stream. Up and going.
A geological expedition. I'm not sure I follow.
You can leave it
I
open.
have reason to believe the flood and this madness have the same source. As above, so below. So I sent men to find out.
You mentioned the flood. You think it's more than just a natural disaster.
Game's really
Here,
good so
Mr.
far.
Reed. What happened?
Definitely something that I
Defied
enjoy.
scientific explanation.
Very
Has your
similar
expedition found
to
anything?
Sherlock
Do not
Holmes.
know.
If you
Albert
played
is-
any of those games.
Albert was part of it. His passing cannot be coincidence. Why was he alone at the port? And where are the others?
You think your son was killed because the expedition uncovered something?
Is it so hard to believe? I had no news for a week, then Albert, the only one I could trust, comes ashore and is killed.
It does sound suspicious.
Mr. Reed, I want you to find out what's going on. I expect you're as interested in the expedition's results as I am.
If I'm going to look into this, I'll need to know more. Where should I start?
I'll give you the address of the expedition's headquarters and a key.
That's all you can tell me?
Let me be clear, Reed. You do not speak to me like that again.
I'm sorry, Mr. Throckmorton. I just meant the more I know, the better.
I am a busy man. I funded the research, but left all preparations to Professor Doe and Albert. When you've finished, come see me at the Throgmorton family manor. It's in Old Grove. Here, I'll show you.
What about my expenses?
They will be reimbursed after you complete your task. And of course, you've earned some compensation for your work here at the port. I'll also include a fair advance in bullets.
Bullets?
The dollar lost its use here, Mr. Reed. After the flood, Oakmont returned to bartering. Bullets mean more than bills.
Another trophy. We're racking them up. Oh, what's that, 3 so far? Not too bad. Probably would have got a lot of them faster if I wasn't stuffing around. Because I didn't know which controls did what. Probably should have did that first, to be honest. Okay. I can close that off.
Stop it!
The door won't budge.
Well, I went back to try to tell that Insmelter that he was off the hook for killing the guy's kid. What? Oh, I forgot this game took place in America.
crew of the Cyclops. Semper Fortis, brothers.
Poppy.
No matter how much of this I chug down, the visions always return.
Okay, so I can change my outfit. Ooh, I like that one. See, if that was a hotel like nowadays, you get charged like $700 for taking something from the minibar.
Makes this place feel more like home. I miss Boston already.
This room is wrecked compared to mine. She sure has this room. It's into nothing. Okay, so those are all side cases, just like...
Makes this place feel more like home. I miss Boston already.
Alright, that was my room. I went the wrong way, got myself turned around. Just stealing everyone's stuff, casually. I want to know what part of Boston, I guess back then, if this was obviously it's a fictional place in Massachusetts, but I want to know what place looked like this, because I traveled in the States. I went to Salem, and drove through Boston at some point. We stopped, and nothing was the seaside towns didn't look like it. Obviously, I know it's a game, so everything's like fantasy and made up, but still. They could have done a little bit of a... What's
that? The door won't budge.
Dragging things to the room. Dead body, straight up.
Finally, you're awake. Gotta tell you though, mister, you want to stay on here, you stop making all that noise.
Noise? What noise are you talking about?
I expect my guests to be respectable. Moans, chanting, all that kind of thing. It stops, all right?
Chanting.
Got any proof it was me? It could have been one of my neighbors. I slept like a rock. I didn't hear a thing.
That's exactly what a newcomer would say. Your neighbors are respectable people and would never do such a thing. Don't think your yellow-clad patron means you get away with everything.
You're not exactly friendly with your guests. Are we the ones keeping you in business?
All these newcomers after the flood, they're stark raving mad.
What do you mean?
You can't imagine the crazy notes and books I find after they move out. Only thing they're good for is lighting the kitchen stove.
Can I have a look?
I knew it. I tell you, no one sane would be interested. And you want to take a look? Well, fine. Take what you wish. I'm watching you, newcomer.
Let's see. a name. Oh great, more of those water things. I've never noticed this before. Can't talk to you. To me, this is kind of very Fallout-esque without the nuclear bombs. these bloody things? Oh, okay. What are these things? Well, shit. Far out. Everyone's gonna die at least sometime. We're not all that awesome. Definitely not me. That explains why bullets are now the currency of Massachusetts. Alright, let's try that again. That's what I need to do. Okay, I'm gonna try this again. Definitely don't know how to shoot in this game yet. That's gonna be fun. And I have no bullets anyway, unless... Okay, last time they came out of nowhere. Just like that. Yep. Well, figured out how to shoot. You bloody followed me last time. Definitely need bigger firepower and more bloody bullets. Can they come outside? I don't know, like... Well, that didn't work. Fuck. Note to self, need way more firepower. Sick. I can actually get out of the bloody water. There we go. Try that again.
Extra, extra. All the news that's fit to print. Buy a paper, mister?
The old papers are by the door. Take them and stop bothering me already.
I think you've got me confused with someone else.
Aren't you a newcomer?
Help me out here. What's the connection between newcomers and old newspapers?
It's cold sleeping in the street, and they come to collect the old newspapers for warmth.
Yeah, I guess I am a newcomer. Charles Reed, private investigator. And I also need your old newspapers, the archive, to be exact.
Ah, so you're the one who cracked the Albert Throgmorton murder case. Nice work. I'm Helen Bland. Say, can you do me a favor? Give me an exclusive interview. You won't regret it. The Oakmont Chronicle is the best newspaper for miles around.
All right, I'll be sure to make some time for you, Miss Bland. Do you still want that interview? I got some time now, if you're ready.
Oh, absolutely. We know that you're the private eye who solved the case, but tell our reader something more about yourself.
I'm a former Navy diver. Served on the USS Cyclops, and, well, after the war, I found myself in Boston. I've been a private eye ever since.
Oh, a brave sailor. Well, I imagine you'll get accustomed to local life easily. We have plenty of water around here. Maybe we'll have the chance to work together later. Who knows? And now the big question. Why are you here? What brought you to Oakmont?
I've been investigating disappearances all around Massachusetts. The missing people all seem to have ended up here for some reason.
The mystery of the newcomers. And you want to know why they're here? Well, they aren't very forthcoming about it. And it doesn't help that most of them aren't thinking straight, to put it mildly. I think that's enough for now. I can't give the readers too much all at once. Thank you for your interview, Mr. Reed.
My pleasure. Maybe I'll do something interesting enough to make the papers again. You never know. See you later.
Ooh, another trophy. That makes like 4 of them now, I think. I believe. I didn't even check the trophy list on this game. There has to be something that I'm missing. Let's see, real quick, pause. Alright. Okay, try to figure all this out.
Stay safe.
Bullets. Definitely need bullets. I need another gun. Elmo, St. Elmo, and King Street. Of course, it's underwater. Beautiful. Well, we'll have to go. Fritz Callahan Street. southern or shape between seaside and hillside. To the east of the corner. There's the corner. The intersection, there's the corner. East will be right here. Place that there. Great, right where the skull is. Perfect. Okay, this is marked down. Definitely don't have enough guns, but
This used to be an okay place to live.
What are you selling, mister? I don't see any goods.
I offer what everyone in this Borg needs most. Safety and comfort. You a newcomer? Where are you staying?
The Devil's Reef Hotel.
Oh, old Victor always thinks so small. A man of your talents could earn his board 100 ways. Maybe you want some more spending money?
Got a job for a private eye, mister? I'm always up for a good side gig.
Huh, that's what I like to hear. I'm Walter. I need someone capable to take care of an issue on my property. Local fauna, if you know what I mean.
Real estate's a risky business. How'd you get into it?
All my life I was a common fisk trader. But I wanted more. I dreamed of being a landlord. A man who never works. So I scrimped and saved, and bought several houses. Gonna rent them to the refugees and newcomers. And
Welcome
I have
everyone
even greater
that's on at the
plans.
moment. Thanks for stopping by.
Let me guess. You need a gun for hire. Or is there another task?
I need you to place these incense burners on the top floor of my properties to drive
Chat was
off the
going off a
wild
bit earlier,
beasts.
but Native went to bed.
Take
so
a photo
it's
for
dead
me as
now.
proof.
Smoke that
mind.
repels wild beasts.
Enjoying the
Does
game.
that even work?
Of course it will. No doubt. I bought it from a friend I trust.
Well, okay. Just give me the address. See you later.
Oh my goodness, I kind of don't want to go down in the basement. I'm probably gonna die. I'm dead set gonna die. Oh, yep. Okay, so I know I definitely need to go in the basement, but I'm still trying to figure out everything. Like I said, I just started playing this game. It's brand new to me. So, yeah. And sorry if the stream seems boring. Oh no. Just let me know what I can do to try to like improve them. What you want to know, questions, any sort of games. I'm trying to get the things illuminated on the map, like all the places. As many as I can get. And obviously once I stop streaming, I'm going to be playing this for a bit. Off stream. Just so I can get a hang of it and my head wrapped around it. As I said, super fresh. It was voted on Instagram, so it was between this and Black Mirror and bloody and this one. I'm really enjoying it so far. Definitely up my style. It's like Sherlock with the fantasy aspect of H.P. Lovecraft. And then it's kind of like slightly Fallout-esque because of, well, look at everything. It's pretty wrecked. I literally just placed all those blue. Oh, that was one of them. Maybe it depends on what thing you have. Okay, so I'm really close to it. Oh, he's pretty cool looking. Oh, we're going the wrong way. Now we're just gonna find. Oh, there it is.
Stop it.
Oh, this is very similar to the first place I was at. With the Rogmonger's kid. Okay, so I need a gun. Equip gun before going in. Noted. With that, I'll probably end the stream here. Thank you to everyone that popped in. Thank you to Foz and Native who had a bit of a chat. Until next time, see you around.